Namaste, yogis. Welcome to my channel, Yoga with Penny. I'm Penny, and today's class is a vinyasa flow with a touch of power, focusing on opening through the shoulders, the heart, and hips. So a lot going on today. I have a couple blocks here. I also have a yoga blanket. You won't need that for this class. That's for the next class. So have your blocks ready. Maybe at the front right of your mat, and start out in a child's pose. Big toes together, knees apart. So knees are wide. Let those big toes kiss. Send the hips back, and then start to crawl your arms out front. Reach towards the top of the mat, and then sink in, forehead on the earth. And if your forehead does not touch the earth, then place a block underneath. Sink in. Notice the breath. Notice the body and all the places that the body is touching the mat. Feel yourself sinking a little deeper, a little heavier, letting everything go into the mat. Follow the wisps of air in through the nose and down the back of the throat. And then follow the warm breath back out the nostrils. Taking deeper breaths now. Fill the lungs, fill the front of the heart, the sides and the back of the heart. And then exhale fully, slowly, and make the exhale even longer than the inhale. Press the palms into the mat, lift the forearms up, slide the shoulders back and down. And on your next inhale, slide forward to a modified lion. Press the hips towards the earth, point the toes towards the sky. Press the heart forward. Maybe a slight gaze up, not too far. Feel it in the low back, feel it in the hip flexors, the opening. Another big inhale here, back to your child's pose as you exhale. And then sink into your child's pose. Notice any areas of your body that are holding tension. You're just noticing, don't try to push the tension away. We're going to work through that through class. One more time, slide into your modified lion. You can hang out here if it feels good. You take those feet and windshield wiper side to side. Looking over the opposite shoulder. So now my feet are to the left and I'm looking over my right shoulder. All the while, hold your belly in. A couple more times each side. You can slide back to a child if that's what you want, child's pose. And then come back to your lion pose, and then back down to your child's pose. Active child's coming up onto the fingertips, stretching through the underarms, the pectorals, and then deep pressing the shoulder blades against the back body. Hips to the heels. Flatten the palms on the earth, inhale, first downward dog as you exhale. Curl the toes under. Keep a bend in the knees to begin with, more of a bear pose. So press the torso towards the thighs. Root your fingertips into the earth, the finger pads, the tops and the bottoms of the palms, and then start to lengthen one leg at a time. Pedaling out your dog, let your head hang. There is no tension in your head and neck. Shoot the hips towards the sky a little further as you sink your torso towards your thighs. And then steady your dog, press the heels towards the earth. Of course, they don't have to touch, mine rarely do. Come up high in your toes with an inhale. all fours as you exhale. Walk the palms underneath the shoulders and start a few cycles of that cat and cow pose. Exhaling into your cat pose as you dome the spine. Inhaling into your cow pose. Look up, raise the hips, or drop the belly, and then back into your cat pose. A nice thing to do to prepare for a more active class while you're catting and cowing is to turn your fingers to face your knees if you can. If that's not comfortable for your wrists, don't do it. In cat and cow here, you might feel a nice stretch there through the wrists. And then turn the palms back around. Do one more of each. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Come back to center. Let's do a couple of quadratus lumborum stretches, QL stretches. So walk the palms off the right side of the mat, left palm on top of right, drop the hips slightly towards the left. Let your head flow between the arms. Feel a nice stretch all the way through the left side. You're breathing. Inhale back to center, and then exhale other side, left palm on top of left, drop the hips slightly to the right. Back to center. Let's do thread the needle just to get those shoulders ready for a practice. We're going to be doing a lot of arm work today. Right arm floats to the sky with an inhale, thread your needle, exhale. You have a choice here with this left hand to either float behind or to walk the left fingertips towards the top of the mat. That's nicer for me. And notice if your hips shifted to the left, bring them back to center a little bit. And you'll feel that stretch a little deeper through the armpit. If you have your arm long, your left arm long overhead. Right ear, right shoulder are tucked to the earth. Plant the left palm, give the right arm a nice spin up to the sky. All fours, wiggle it out. Left arm floats to the sky with an inhale. Thread the needle, left shoulder, left ear to the earth. Again, you can float the right palm behind, but my favorite is to walk the palms long, getting that extra stretch. Now notice if the hips have shifted to the right, bring them back to center, feeling that lovely stretch. And it's nice internal rotation on that left shoulder. Slide the right palm back, spin the left arm to the sky, and then take a couple cycles of cat and cow. Flow back into your downward dog. Walk the palms forward if you didn't already. Coming back into your downward dog, a couple more petals are certainly welcome. And then just measure your downward dog, making sure it's big enough. Not that you have a little chihuahua, but you have a nice big Doberman pincher or bigger dog. So to measure your dog as you slide out. If your shoulders land above your fingertips and you did not have to adjust, your dog is big enough. Squeeze the belly, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the thighs, slide the shoulders back and down, and smile. It's just a plank. And lower knees, chest and chin all the way down to the earth. All right, fingertips on the tops of the shoulders, bent elbows, setting up for cobra, but a different form of cobra. Chin on the earth. Now inhale, palms remain down. Exhale, lift the chin off the earth, lift the chest, lift the legs. So it's a hybrid cobra. Cobra. All right, use your back strength. Inhale, lower down as you exhale. Let's do that a couple more times. Hug the elbows in. Inhale, lift the chin, the chest. Exhale, lift the legs and breathe. Lower down. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, all the way up. Let's bring it all up at the same time with that inhale. Maybe your gaze goes slightly up. And now bring those arms behind you, full Salabhasana. Kind of early in the practice, but I have a method to my madness. And then lower down, press up into one cobra pose. The elbows are bent to keep it in the low spine. Shoulders are down, gaze is up. It doesn't matter if you come up this far, you just come up a little bit. Stretching through the front body, and then all the way down. Okay, take a big inhale, downward dog as you exhale. So press up to push up, bend the knees, press it back, pedal your dog one more time. We're still working on warm up and spinal balance. All right, start to walk those feet towards the hands, coming into more of a dangle pose. So a little generous bend in the knees. You can grab opposite elbows here, but make sure you're not holding any tension in your head and neck. Maybe you sway side to side a couple times. Maybe you bounce just slightly those knees. And then steady, come back here to your forward fold. Try to straighten the knees. You can always use your blocks if you need to. Shift the weight to the balls of the feet, forehead towards the shins. Half lift, inhale, fingertips on the earth or a block. So long spine, extend through the heart. Heart presses forward. Gaze is off the top of your mat. Fold with the exhale. Root to rise all the way up with an inhale. Urdhva, Anjali Mudra. Exhale. Take a big inhale here. And exhale. Close your eyes. Feel the ground beneath your feet. Spread your toes wide. Ground the heels. Turn the inner knees just slightly towards the pinky toes to engage Mula Bandha. Draw the belly in and up to engage Uddiyana Bandha. Shoulders back and down. Press through the back of your head with the occipital ridge to engage Jalabandha Bandha. Anjali, mountain pose, Anjali Tadasana. Set an intention for your practice, whether it's strength, compassion, or whatever it is you want for yourself. Set your intention for your practice. Open the eyes, inhale the arms up, Urdhva Stasana, reach up. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Half lift, inhale. Step it back to plank pose. Give yourself a little hold here. Slide the shoulders back and down. And I'm going to do knees, chest, and chin. If you're ready for full Chaturanga Dandasana, go for it. Cobra pose on the inhale. Keep those feet grounded into the earth. Stretch through the front body, working into our sun salutations. Exhale, back down. Inhale, back up. And into your downward dog. Take a couple breaths here. Slowly walk those feet back towards the hands, coming into your forward fold. Feel the stretch down the back of the legs as you shift the weight to the balls of the feet. Half lift, inhale, create space. Fold with the exhale. Root feet rise, Urdhva Stasana, inhale. Hands to heart center, exhale. Circle the arms up, inhale. Uttanasana, exhale, moving a little quicker now. Ardha Uttanasana, half lift, inhale. Plank pose as you exhale and lower down, Chaturanga or knees, chest, and chin. Slide forward to Cobra pose on the inhale, downward dog on the exhale. And one breath in, one breath out. Big breath in. And as you exhale, walk the feet, or you can float the feet, if that's in your practice, to a forward fold. Half lift, inhale, fold the exhale, root to rise, inhale, Anjali Mudra, exhale. Circle the arms up, inhale, Uttanasana, exhale. Half lift, inhale, plank pose, exhale, lower down, Chaturanga, or knees, chest, and chin. Cobra pose, inhale, downward dog, exhale. Big breath in, big breath out. One more big breath in. Walk the feet up as you exhale, forward fold. You're starting to feel a little warmth. Half lift, inhale. Fold with the exhale. Root to rise all the way up with an inhale. Hands to heart center as you exhale. Circle the arms up with an inhale and chair pose. Exhale, so drop the booty down, shift the knees back so you can see your toes, spiral the biceps towards one another as you draw the belly in and bring the shoulder blades back and down. Now lift the toes a little because the weight should be in the heels, traditionally in a chair, but test your strength and come off of the heels and onto the tip toes. Woo! Back. Take one more breath here. Inhale, Uttanasana, forward fold as you exhale. Half lift, inhale, step or float back to chaturanga, dandasana. Cobra pose, now we're up dog with an inhale, downward dog as you exhale. Right leg floats to the sky with an inhale. High lunge with the exhale, so step the right foot forward, heel toe it to the right side of the mat. And then up you go, all the way up. Hold. Sink into that front thigh as you engage and lift through the back thigh. Shoulders are back and down, arms sweep up, and you're breathing. Take a big breath here. Maybe a little look back. Woo. Pull the belly in, this is balance. Exhale into your modified pyramid. Plant the palms, curl the right toes back, forehead towards the right shin. And breathe, feeling a stretch to the right hamstring. Half lift here and then draw yourself over that front thigh. Pull yourself back in. Take a big inhale, half lift, fingers are on the earth. Warrior two, as you exhale, shift that left heel to the earth. Yes, you're gonna see my back, but I apologize. Come all the way up into your warrior two. Sink again into that front thigh. We're creating strength here. Shoulders back and down, gaze over that right middle finger. Do a little reverse warrior here. Stretch to the right side body, so right arm floats, left arm slides down the back of the left leg. Back to your warrior two with an inhale, sink a little deeper. Big inhale, float the palms to the earth. High crescent lunge once again, so now that left heel spins back off the earth, and right back up into your high crescent lunge. Goal post the arms. Inhale, little back bend, so smiling through that collarbone. Open through the chest, open through the arms. Back to high crescent lunge with an inhale. Look to the palms to the earth. Step it back to plank pose and vinyasa. Cobra pose or upward facing inhale. Downward dog exhale and take a breath here. Take a couple breaths here. Notice the right side compared to the left. All right, left leg floats to the sky with an inhale. High crescent lunge with the exhale. Left foot steps forward, fingertips are still planted, and then heel toe that left foot to the left side a little bit more. And then up you come, try to get that 90-degree angle in that front knee and the back leg straight. And breathe. Take a little back bend with an inhale. Modified pyramid with the exhale, plant the fingers on the earth or a block. Peel the left toes off the earth and then draw yourself towards that left thigh. Feeling a stretch in the left hamstring. Halfway lift here, inhale, and then draw yourself over that left thigh a little deeper as you exhale. Come back. With that foot, left foot on the earth, warrior two, so spin the right heel to the earth, left heel, right arch alignment, and then up you go. All right, shoulders back and down, sink a little deeper into that front thigh. Whole right foot is planted on the earth, and now your gaze is over the left middle finger. Put the left palm up, reverse warrior. Stretching through the left side, roll the right shoulder back and down. And then come up a little higher with that left hand, your gaze is up. Back to your warrior two. Float the palms to the earth, high crescent lunge so that right heel spins off the earth and up you come. Take a big inhale here. Goal post the arms, once again spreading through the collarbone and just a little back bend here. Make sure you're breathing, you're not holding your breath. Your legs might be shaking, mine are. High crescent lunge with an inhale, arms float. Exhale, vinyasa. All the way down. Cobra pose on the inhale, downward dog on the exhale. Big breath in and out through the mouth. Sink into it. Look between your hands and step or float to a forward fold. Half lift, inhale. Fold with the exhale, bend the knees, chair pose, inhale, reach the arms up, sit back a little further. Can you sink it a little deeper this time? Spin the pinkies towards each other as you spin the biceps a little closer to the ears. Big inhale, exhale, forward fold. We're gonna start to move a little quicker. Inhale, half lift, plank pose. As you exhale, vinyasa. Always the option to skip the vinyasa and go straight to a downward dog. Always give yourself that break if you need to. All right, here we go. Right leg close to the sky. Inhale, high crescent lunge, exhale. Inhale, the arms up overhead. Exhale, modified pyramid. Inhale, warrior two. Left heel drops. Exhale. Inhale, gentle warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, float to palms to the earth. Step it back. Exhale, vinyasa. Inhale, cobra upward facing. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, exhale. Left leg floats, inhale. High crescent lunge on the exhale. Inhale, float the arms to the sky. Exhale, modified pyramid. Inhale, warrior two, right heel drops. Exhale. Inhale, gentle warrior. Exhale, back to your warrior two. Inhale, float the palms to the earth, high crescent lunge. Inhale, the arms up overhead. Goalpost the arms and open up. Inhale, both arms to the sky. Exhale, float the palms to the earth and vinyasa. Cobra pose or upward facing inhale. Downward dog, exhale. Now you get 3 breaths here. Got one more round of that, just a little quicker, opening the hips and creating the heat we need for the rest of our practice. All right, here we go. Right leg close to the sky. Inhale. High crescent lunge, exhale. Inhale, the arms up overhead. Exhale, modified pyramid, right toes curl back. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, back to warrior two. Inhale, float the palms to the earth. Exhale, vinyasa. And I forgot something. Inhale, cobra pose or downward, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. We're not going to forget that other part. So inhale, the right leg to the sky. Exhale, back to your high crescent lunge. Inhale, go pulse the arms. Exhale. Inhale, open through the chest. Exhale, back to your high crescent lunge. Float the palms to the earth. Inhale, vinyasa, exhale. Cobra pose or upward facing inhale. Downward dog. Exhale. Left leg floats on the inhale. High crescent lunge on the exhale. Left foot forward. Inhale, the arms up high. Exhale, modified pyramid. Left toes peel off the earth. Inhale, warrior two. Drop the right heel. Exhale. Inhale, gentle warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, float the palms to the earth. Exhale, high crescent lunge, arms raised. Inhale, go push your arms. Exhale. Inhale, open. Spread those arms a little wider. Exhale, back to your high crescent lunge. Inhale, step latch to plank pose. Exhale, and vinyasa. Woo, take a couple breaths here. Notice how your body feels. It should be feeling quite warm and really starting to open. You're prepared for your standing practice, your main part of the practice. All right, either step or walk to a forward fold. Half lift, inhale, fold, exhale, root to rise. Inhale, hands to heart center, exhale. Take a couple breaths, in and out the nose. We don't want the heart rate to come back too much or go down too much. So let's continue. Inhale, the arms up overhead, Uttanasana, forward fold as you exhale. Ardha Uttanasana, inhale, step it back to a downward dog as you exhale. Now walk the palms all the way back towards the feet. Take your peace fingers around your big toes, so gorilla pose. Shift the weight forward, even though you have your peace fingers around your big toes. Long arms, half lift, create space. And then draw yourself in. Bend the elbows out to the side. Draw your forehead towards your shins. And breathe. Let's do a half lift here. Inhale, and then exhale right back in. Breathing. And come to a half lift, release the toes, a slight bend in the knees as you bring your hands behind, interlace the fingers, stretch your arms long, roll the shoulders back, and then into your bound Uttanasana, forward fold. Try to shift the weight forward just a hair and keep yourself safe. Soften elbows, release the fingertips back to the earth, walk yourself back out to a downward dog. And then slide out to a plank pose. Draw your belly in, slide the shoulders down. Inhale, bring your feet together. Vashisthasana, exhale. So slide onto your right outside of the foot. So the right foot's down, the left foot's up. Lift your hips up. Ooh, you can always modify by stepping the left foot out in front, or you can bring that right knee down. Press your hips forward wherever you are. Lift the hips up. So I'm going to go back into my side plank here. You can play here by coming into start and holding. You can try to bind, but that's balance. Okay? And you can even come into wild thing. Flip back to your plank pose, back to a downward dog. And then slide all the way forward to a plank pose, lower all the way down, nice and slow, lower, 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 all the way down to your belly. Palms are underneath the shoulders. Tops of the feet press into the earth, hug the elbows in. Now bend your right knee, take your right foot, your right hand around the outside of your right foot, chin is on the earth, you can reach your your left arm long overhead. Right, now inhale, lift and kick up and back with that right leg into that right hand. Lift the chest and the chin. Lift the left leg, point the toes, lift the right arm. Now if you want to flank the toes instead, you can. That's a point with the foot, bringing the toes back, a little gaze up. And then lower down, release, and switch. So bring the palms back underneath. And now you're going to bend the left leg. Take your left hand on the outside of the left foot, chin on the earth, reach your right arm forward. And inhale into your archer's locust. Lift the chest, kick up and back with that left foot into the left hand, right arm raises, right foot and leg. Raise. Now you can point the toes. I like to flank the toes. It's kind of a point with a flex. And hold. And you're breathing. Never hold your breath in yoga. You want the energy to continue to flow. And then lower all the way down. Relax, both feet to the earth. Palms underneath the shoulders, chin on the earth, hug the elbows in and give yourself a good cobra stretch. And breathe. Breathe through the front of the heart. Bring the shoulders back and down. And smile, because it's yoga. And then all the way down, forehead to the earth, curl the toes under, back to your downward dog. Take a big breath in, and a big breath out. Start to walk the feet towards the hands, or you can float. Half lift, inhale, find your blocks, you're gonna need them. Front of the mat, you may or may not need them, but I've got 2 blocks on the lowest level. Then find your forward fold. Half lift, inhale, fold the exhale. Root to rise with the inhale, Anjali Mudra, prayer mountain as you exhale. All right, here we go. So you're gonna start to come into a dancer pose, rooting your right leg, bending the left heel towards the left sit bone. Now, we usually grab the inside of the foot for dancer, but this time, for a reason, I want you to grab the outside of the foot, okay? Bring your knees together, bring your right arm up. You can stay here the whole time in balance, No bend in my standing right leg. Belly's in, shoulders are back and down. If you want to, start to kick up into your dancer. Make sure your left hand is on the outside of your left foot. Coming in. Make sure your gaze point is on something that's not moving. Now here's where it gets fun. Making sure you have no bend in that right knee or just a very slight bend. Start to lower the right palm towards the blocks. This is balance, so draw your belly in. And then rolling that left hip open, coming into Chapasana, sugarcane pose. Kick up and back with that left foot into that left hand. And breathe. Your gaze can be down or up. And then slowly release into your standing half moon pose. Rolling everything open. Stacking shoulders, stacking hips, belly's in. Thigh is engaged to lift the right kneecap. Flointing or flexing through those left toes. Now take a big inhale here. And as you exhale, start to bend into that front right knee, coming into your warrior two. Woo, let's give that right thigh a little break by reverse angle. So straighten that front thigh, stretch back, and then come back into your warrior two. Turn your right hand up, thumb is up, curl the fingers in. And just like you're holding a bow and arrow, sink into your warrior two, bring the left fingertips between the shoulders, grab your arrow, place your arrow on your bow. Pull back your arrow, and then shoot your arrow of kindness into the world. Circle your left arm back, round it up, grab arrow number two, place it in your bow. Pull back, shoot the arrow of strength for our world. Arm goes back, left arm goes back, circles, reaches for that third and final arrow on the side, place it in, pull it back, and release the arrow of compassion. Come back to your warrior two, take a big inhale, float the palms to the earth, and Chaturanga Dandasana. Exhale, cobra pose, or upward facing inhale, downward dog. Exhale. Take a couple breaths here. This is a rest pose. And then slide forward to your plank pose. Take a big inhale. Vashisthasana, left side. So roll to the peaky side edge of that left foot. Lift the hips, reach the arms up. Again, you can always modify. You can even drop that left knee down to the earth. Press your hips forward, engage. You can play here any way you want to. You can bind. Woohoo! And if you fall, come back in. You can step into your wild thing. And don't ever worry about falling in your practice. Fall mindfully. Like falling out of these poses, you just saw me fall out of one. And then come back to your plank pose. And then lower all the way down to your belly. I think it was Nelson Mandela that said, don't judge me on my successes. Judge me on how many times I've fallen and gotten back up. So that's what you put into your heart. All right, so this time we're gonna bring our arms behind, full bow pulling pose. So bend the knees, find the outside of the feet, the ankles with your hands. I like to flex my feet, take a big inhale, and then chin is still on the earth as you bring the thighs up, kicking the legs back. The arms are just holding on. And then let that actually bring you up into your bow pulling pose. Woo! That feels really good. And smile and breathe. Make sure you're breathing. And then slowly, slowly lower down. Bring those palms back under the shoulders, hug the elbows in. One more cobra pose, open through the heart. And then exhale down, inhale, downward dog on your exhale. This is my first pretty big practice in about 5 days. I went away, so I'm feeling every single posture today. All right, so start to walk those feet towards the hands, forward fold, half lift, inhale, fold with the exhale, root to rise, all the way up and inhale, hands to prayer as you exhale. All right, let's see that dancer on the other side. So this time you're gonna root through the left leg, no bend in that standing left knee. Take your right hand down, find the outside, remember the outside edge of your right ankle. Left arm floats. You can point or floint the toe. Oh, and if you didn't already, bring your blocks to the left side, just off the top left of your mat. All right, and start to kick into your dancer pose to begin with. So balance first here in dancer. Let the kicking and the reaching, the kicking back with the right foot and the reaching with the left arm be equal. I should draw your belly in and keep that standing leg nice and long. Try not to have a bend in the knee. And then slowly lower that left hand down, finding your blocks, and put mine a little far away. That'll work. And kick up and back. Start to roll that right hip open, coming into your sugar. Woo, see, falling out. And you just come right back in. Pull the belly in extra tight for your balance poses. Okay, so you're rolling open, you're rolling your shoulder open, you're rolling the hips open. And then release, woohoo, see? And to your standing half moon pose. And smile. Yes. All right. Take a big breath in. Now as you exhale, start to bend into that left knee till the right foot plants into your warrior two. Set it up. If you have to plant the palms, I call yoga a practice because I'm always practicing. I'm never perfect. So give yourself a little gentle warrior. You can even reverse the angle here just to give that front thigh, that left thigh a break, and then come back into your warrior two. Sink into the front thigh, full engagement, all four corners of both feet to the earth, shoulders back and down, belly's drawn in. Turn the left thumb up, curl the fingers in, right hand reaches for those arrows, just like the little guys on Lord of the Rings, the little elves. And then take that arrow, put it in the bow, pull back, and release the arrow of courage. And circle that right arm around, find that second arrow, put in your bow, draw it back. Generosity. Shoot the arrow of generosity. Circle the right arm back, all the way back up. Find that final arrow, place it in a bow, pull it back. And the most important arrow to release is the arrow of love. Coming back into your warrior two. Take a big breath, and then exhale. Flip the palms to the earth. Take one more vinyasa, because there's no more asanas. As one of my favorite yoga instructors says at the end of his standing series. Come up high on the toes with an inhale, all fours as you exhale, and then come up to valley seal, your hips over your knees, feet right behind your knees. And then start to bring your hands to the back of your hips, bring those elbows in and just press the hips forward. Now this may be all the camel pose you want. It's just a small little back bend here. Your gaze can be down, especially if you have any neck issues. But if you want to, you can start to flow through a little half camel. So to do that, you can drop your left palm to your heel, keep your belly in, reach back, and come all the way back up and switch. Right, left arm up, right arm behind. You can stay here. Do this a few times. And if you're a yogi that knows full camel, you're going to go ahead and do full camel by reaching the right palm back, then the left palm, head drops back, hips press forward. Wherever you are, hands come to the hips. Slowly bring your head up last, and then everybody into a modified hero's bow, forehead on the earth, and arms behind. Press into an all-fours position, walk those knees up, cross the ankles behind. Find yourself in a seated position. You don't have to turn, I'm just gonna turn to face you a little bit. And then bring those feet hip width apart. Find those peace fingers around the big toes. And now for the fun, little abs here. So start to lift the left leg and then the right leg, if you can, into an archer's boat. So I'm going to turn to the side again. So you're going to see that I'm not rounding into my back. I'm pressing my toes into my peace fingers, and my peace fingers are pulling my toes to keep my spine nice and long. Now coming into archer. So you can play with that. If you want to do the full archers, you draw your left leg long and your right knee's bent. Your right forearm is parallel with your right shin. And you still don't have a curve in that back. Your belly's drawn in. This is core. So let's switch. Your side. Shoulders are back and down. And you're smiling. And you're breathing. Okay, a couple more. Ooh, I am sweating. One more time, the other side. And then once again, let's do that full boat straddle. See if you can pull those toes, a little bit more, and press the toes into the fingers. And pull the belly in, nice long spine. And then we'll bring those feet together and into a bound angle. Let it go. You can curl in, or you can keep that spine long. All right, plant the fingertips on the earth, lengthen the spine, come all the way up. And then make your way all the way down onto your back. That's it. Draw the knees into the chest. If it feels good, lift your forehead towards your knees. And then all the way back down. All right, once again, find those peace fingers around the toes. Okay, the arms are on the inside. And half happy baby. So the left leg is in happy baby. Just like when we were sitting doing our boat, the right leg is long, although now it's just giving us a nice stretch at the end. Okay. So right leg is fully extended, pulling the big toes, pressing the big toes into the peace fingers. Low back is on the earth. Chin is slightly tucked towards the chest, but your head remains on the earth. And then switch, drawing the top of the right thigh towards the ground as you have half happy baby on the right side. Left leg is long. And come to a full happy baby pose. Or if you want, you can come to a full straddle. And draw the knees into the chest. And roll to your left side. So you're gonna see my back to begin with, but one more archer pose, cat tail twist. Left ear's on the left bicep, knees are drawn in. Take that right hand and find the left foot and draw it back. That is your cat tail. And now roll out into your twist, okay? If this is too much for you, you can do a knees down twist. Just stack your knees and then let the knees just drop to the left. You want a little bit more, take the left peace fingers around the right big toe. You're gonna feel this in the IT band. Oh yeah. And breathe. Now my right shoulder is a little off the earth because of this twist. Usually in the twist, your shoulders are on the earth. But in cattail, just because you have the bind of the opposite foot, your shoulder comes off the earth a little bit. But if it bothers you, draw the knees into the chest on your back. Come out. First release the right foot, then release your cattail. Draw the knees in. Roll to the center. Hug yourself. Lift up the head. Exhale. And then inhale, bring the head back to the earth. And you're going to roll all the way to your right side and do it on the side. So knees draw in. That left hand finds the right foot, draws it behind. Then you roll out to your twist. You just hang out here for a breath or two. You can stay here, or you can hook the right peace fingers around the left big toe and extend it. Oh, side's tighter. left toes. Release the right cattail. Hug your knees in. Roll onto your back once again, side to side here. Just rock side to side. And now one more traditional happy baby pose. Draw the tops of the thighs towards the earth. Slightly tuck the chin towards the chest. Hug your knees into the chest. And sweet, sweet Savasana. So let your body go long. Let your feet just flow out to the side. Feel your hips sink into the earth. Shoulders relax heavy. Back of the head is supported. Arms and back of the hands sink into the earth. Watch the breath as it quiets even further after your practice. Just for a couple of breaths, bring the awareness to the space behind closed eyes. Turn the gaze up slightly to your third eye. And remember, in your practice on your mat and in life, it doesn't matter about your successes as much as it matters that every time you fell down or were knocked down, you got back up. You believed in yourself. And through it all, you shot the arrows of kindness, compassion, generosity, strength, and courage, and especially love out to the others that inhabit the earth with us. You did your part. You have always done your part. Now rest. And please hit pause and stay here as long as you like. 5 minutes or longer if that's what your body's asking for. When you are ready to get up, just point your toes, reach your arms overhead, a big good morning stretch. Really big inhale here. And then as you exhale, walk the knees to the chest. Hug your knees in. Roll to your right and press yourself up into a seated position. Hands to heart center, Anjali Mudra. And then slight tuck of your chin towards your chest. You can close your eyes if you want. Take those thumbs and press them into the sternum. Press the thumbs up the right side of the sternum and then glide them down the left. Up the right, down the left, up the right, down the left. And then find stillness. Lift out of the low back, shoulders back and down. The light of love, peace, and compassion that is in me bows and honors to the same that is in you. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.